morning, afternoon?
Nope, we don't have time for that. My name is Dan, but you can call me ISB, and I've missed the last few weeks since I've been working on the Let's Talk About 2024 so far again video. So here's a super fast recap of everything I've missed between July 1st and August 17th as I'm writing this script. And I did this so that way we can go back to weekly segments before September starts. So if you want to see the weekly segments of my new show, Let's Talk About Last Week, where I ISB talk about last week, click the links, make sure you subscribe, and do all the other YouTube things so you can see more of the official show. Now, June 1st. I know I said July 1st, shut up. June 1st, the French Excalibur disappeared. A legendary sword known for its tale about the Roland Frankish hero had a similar relic to the classic King Arthur tale involving a sword trapped between a rock and that same rock. The sword was in this rock for more than 1,300 years before it vanished in late June, and it currently remains missing. On June 30th, Redbox's owner filed for bankruptcy after being $1 billion in debt and owing major entities like Walmart, Walgreens, and Warner Brothers massive sums of money and fighting dozens of lawsuits in the progress. RIP digital media, all hail King Netflix, etc., etc. On July 1st, Technoblade uploaded a video, which might not mean a lot if you don't know who Technoblade is, but Technoblade is dead. And so it threw a lot of people off, but it turns out that Tommy Idnit helped work on 2 posthumous videos for the Minecraft YouTuber after he died of cancer last year, which is a very nice thing. On July 5th, Kendrick Lamar released the Not Like Us music video. On July 5th, Adam22 was under fire after giving Pop Smoke's Killer a full-blown interview. On July 6th, Billie Eilish passed Taylor Swift as the female singer with the most Spotify listeners and is projected to surpass The Weeknd at number 1 as the most listened to artist on the entire platform. Margot Robbie and Alexandra Daddario are both pregnant, and millions of men's hopes and dreams have been crushed. Twitter was testing a dislike button and the removal of likes on replies. Everyone in agreement that this is because Elon is tired of getting ratioed. Ellen DeGeneres announced that she was quitting Hollywood after her stand-up tour, which many didn't even know she was still in Hollywood, and I'm pretty sure she was one of the first people to feel the effects of cancel culture, and it worked very well. Anyways, the streamer Sketch was exposed for having a gay OnlyFans for some time. He admitted this was to pay for narcotics. Sexy Red's upcoming tour was reportedly on the verge of being canceled after only selling 37% of tickets. She commented on this, saying that these numbers were false and that she was being sabotaged by bigger promotion companies. John Cena announced that he was retiring from wrestling after this next WrestleMania. Bad Baby had posted several videos of her getting abused by her baby daddy, but then announced that she was staying with him anyways, so something, culture, generational, curse, etc., etc. Speaking of domestic violence, Sky Jackson, the black stereotype on that Jessie Disney show, was charged with domestic violence after a dispute with her boyfriend in the public led to the cops being called, and after they reviewed the footage, they arrested her. She has yet to actively respond to the situation, simply just stating that her and her man are good and posting bikini pics. The mayor of New York City announced on July 10th that they will start using trash cans. What the fuck is wrong with you, New York? You wonder why Master Splinter is constantly robbing your bodegas and you're just leaving your trash outside without garbage bins? Anyways, Gypsy Rose Blanchard announced that she was pregnant on July 9th, and on August 12th, her ex-husband Ryan Anderson said that he would be requesting a paternity test. A police officer in Brazil shot a football player, soccer to us Americans, in the leg. He was goalkeeper Ramon Zuza. I probably pronounced that wrong. He was shot in a very close range on July 10th after an after-game altercation in which the officer stepped in to break up the fight. In the video, you can see the officer push a member of the opposite team, and Ramon is like, hey, that's not cool, and the officer shoots him in the leg. It's very comforting as an American. No, police brutality is everywhere. Unfortunately, we just do it better, like everything else. Speaking of soccer, the Copa America, which is like the men's soccer tournament for South America, I don't know, some big important soccer thing. I'm American. It was held in the United States and it went to shit as people without tickets were breaking into the stadium and security just let them, leaving many people who paid thousands of dollars for tickets unable to enter. Mr. Beast became the first YouTuber in history to reach a channel with 300 million subscribers on July 10th. 10th, and then 12 days later, July 22nd, Ava Tyson, formerly known as Chris, and Mr. Beast's longtime best friend, was exposed for old Discord message she had sent to minors back when she was Chris. This sent everyone down a huge rabbit hole, including ties to Shadbase and Mr. Beast contestants living in terrible conditions. Mr. Beast has since fired Ava, but hasn't actually commented on the situation, but he still continues to upload. Katy Perry dropped her song, Woman's World, one day after Eminem dropped his album, The Death of Slim Shady. Both of these were very millennial core. iShowSpeed was sexually assaulted after a guy in Bulgaria randomly kissed him. Alex Baldwin's Rush shooting case was dismissed after errors by the prosecution. On July 13th, Donald Trump was shot, and then everyone immediately forgot about it, despite the fact that he keeps reminding everyone at his rallies. 2 days later, Trump had announced J.D. Vance as his running mate, J.D. Vance, who had previously called Trump America's Hitler. On July 21st, President Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race and Kamala Harris became the Democratic runner. And she chose Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to be her VP. He is very notable for passing a bill that guarantees all the school children in Minnesota eat free lunch and breakfast. Jack Black's band Tenacious D broke up after Kyle Gass had made a joke about Trump's assassination on stage, and Jack Black decided to cut ties with him, and everyone thought that was stupid because, once again, no one cared about the Trump assassination. Eddie Murphy got married and Adele is engaged to Rich Paul. Ingrid Andress placed #1 as worst rendition of the national anthem during an MLB performance that she later addressed, saying that she was drunk during it and will be checking herself into a rehab facility. Young Thug's lawyer was removed and replaced with Judge Shankra L. Ingram. Over 170,000 YouTube videos were used non-consensually to train AI models for large tech companies, including Microsoft and Nvidia. California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill into law stating that the school staff may not inform parents or anyone else of a child's gender if they decide to change it, which of course has its ups and downs. But on the flip side of everything, Idaho state law now bans minors from receiving any health care without parental approval, which again also has its ups and downs. A huge global IT outage was caused when CrowdStrike had shut down for some period of time, in which basically the security feature in almost every large tech-based operation functions, including hospitals and airports. On July 17th, Drake's mansion flooded. Twitter was revealed to be racist, showing that certain users can say certain racial slurs and offensive language without being banned. Some of these users include Musk himself, Donald Trump, and Andrew Tate. Mexico passed a law saying that the killing of a transgender person is punishable by up to 70 years in prison. Moist Critical and Sneeko had a debate in which Charlie said that children should be able to transition with parental consent, and Sneeko said out loud that he should be able to marry a child. Guess which one of those got more media attention? There were armed militia taking over Israeli courts after they tried to pass a law that allowed, let me check my notes here, making rape illegal. Both McDonald's and Starbucks have had their first sales decline since 2020. Many have attributed this to the Palestine boycotts. This has led to just a few days ago, on August 13th, that Starbucks CEO Laxman Nareshwar, I cannot pronounce that last name, he was fired and replaced with the former Chipotle CEO, the CEO that sent a letter out saying that to only fill people's bowls if they had their phones out. The Department of Justice responded to ByteDance and the whole TikTok lawsuit of the banning of TikTok, basically saying that, ByteDance was like, hey, it's unconstitutional to ban TikTok. And the, of course, DOJ was like, damn, that's crazy. We don't care. We're banning it anyway. We don't need a reason to actually ban you. We can just say that there was a reason and then we can ban you. Lady Gaga is engaged to her boyfriend of 4 years, Michael Polanski. This was confirmed by the French Prime Minister, Gabriel Attal. Texas accused a Catholic charity for being a stash house of illegal immigrants, but the shelter says that it was just being a charity and helping people in need. Aiden Ross did a live stream with Donald Trump on August 5th. Cardi B announced that she was pregnant after refiling for divorce from Offset. Republicans blocked a bill that would boost a tax credits for parents on August 1st because they, quote, didn't want the Democrats to get a win so close to election time. Kyle Rittenhouse announced that he wasn't voting for Trump, and so maggots started attacking him and transvestigating him, so he had to rescind the whole statement saying, no, I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump within like 24 hours. UFC fighter Conor McGregor lost his privilege to drive in Irish courts on July 31st. After a dangerous driving incident from 2022 was finalized, the Pentagon sent USS Abraham Lincoln to the Middle East. Senator Bill DeMora is attempting to pass a common sense law after the Ohio Supreme Court threw out a court case in which a man attempted to sue a wing shop that served him boneless wings that were in fact not boneless, and they tore the man's esophagus and he needed to go to the hospital. However, the Ohio Supreme Court has said that the man shouldn't have expected his boneless chicken wings to be boneless. Only in Ohio that would be a sentence. Which leads to Senator DeMora's bill stating that a common sense court case should be heard. This bill is still in progress. Louisiana has become the first state that legalizes castration to child rapist victims. Bangladesh started a revolution in the country, overthrowing their leader of 15 years. Zac Efron has been hospitalized after he began to drown in a pool. He is allegedly perfectly fine now. Olympian Polish sprinter Iwan Swabowa has accepted iShow's speech challenge of racing him on August 24th. This comes after Tyreek Hill bailed on speed a few weeks ago. Nelly was arrested in St. Louis for ecstasy possession. An ISIS attack was planned at a Taylor Swift concert in Austria, but it was stopped, thankfully. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are to have their first debate on September 10th. This is after Trump has demanded it be done by Fox rather than ABC as initially planned, but it seems that it will occur on ABC as planned. J.D. Vance will also debate with Tim Walsh on October 1st. Travis Scott was arrested in Paris and after an altercation with his own bodyguard caused him to get punched in the face. Porn star Kendra Sutherland was arrested in Texas for marijuana possession. There was a streamer who attempted to stay awake for 12 days, which is technically the world record, except for the fact that there is no official record, as this has been deemed too dangerous for an individual to stay awake that long. The streamer was banned on both Kick and YouTube, and you know how terrible you have to be banned on Kick? Anyways, he did eventually beat the record, but many people have stated that he may never be the same again. Hell, he might not even wake up again, and there's a good chance he'll go into a coma or become brain dead, or both. Sleep deprivation is no joke. We hope that he's okay, but his friends and family that allowed this to happen, you are terrible people. Speaking of getting banned on Kick, the Island Boys were banned after assaulting a woman on stream. Kanye West was revealed to have Golden Freddy as his profile pic on his Apple Message account when text messages between him and his doctor, who was also his nitrogen dealer, were leaked. The World Health Organization has declared monkeypox as a public health emergency of international concern. Cinnabon is making cinnamon rolls topped with Warhead sour candy. Jaden Smith allegedly cheated on his really hot girlfriend with a different really hot girl, and God, it must be easy to be rich and hot. Every single social security card of every single American was leaked, and a lot of Americans didn't care because we all have way more important things to worry about, which says a lot about the state of America, doesn't it? Arrests have been made in the deaths of Matthew Perry, the former Friends star who died in a pool. Apparently it was an overdose, and so multiple charges have been brought against his alleged suppliers, one of which being his doctor. Very Michael Jackson-like, honestly. And finally, here's a bunch of stuff that has happened in the 2024 Paris Olympics, and it will go down in history for all of the wrong reasons. Firstly, Steven van de Velde, a Dutch volleyball player, was isolated from the other athletes at the start of the games. This is because he raped a girl in 2014. The girl was 12 years old, and he only served 5 years in prison for it. He has since gone on social media and cry about it because He's been bullied. And honestly, I don't think we as the internet have done enough. We should bully him even more. I know you have it in you. Grindr was also disabled at the Olympic Village to protect players that come from countries that, aren't very LGBTQ friendly. The games opened in the pouring rain with an upside down Olympic flag. Christians did that whole thing where they pretend like they're the only religion in the world. The men's triathlon swimming competition was postponed due to extreme pollution in the Seine River. Pollution that the French citizens have been trying to get fixed by the French government for a very long time. Then, once the triathlon did finish, Tyler Mislawchuk vomited 10 times after they were all forced to swim in this disgusting doo-doo water, along with all the other players just hating their lives. Noah Lyles, the Olympic sprinter, who had previously come under fire for criticizing the NBA championship since the NBA championship winners are titled world champions. Noah Lyles says that it only takes place in the United States, therefore they should change their name. They're not world champions. Not only did he win his competition, so he was able to at least talk trash with the ability to back it up, but the U.S. also, however, did win the basketball tournament as well, so they are also the world champions, especially since the team had LeBron, KD, and the Devil Curry, as the French have dubbed him. Jordan Chiles won a bronze medal, giving the Olympics its first all-black female podium. This, however, was stripped away after a bunch of extra gymnastic rules that I don't quite understand. From what's been explained to me, Jordan challenged her score, which got her into third place, but then Romania, who got bumped out of third place, said that Jordan challenged it too late, and so the Olympics want her to return the medal. And the biggest controversy of the entire game, Aman Khalif, Algeria's female boxer, had a lot to deal with after her first bout with Italy's Angela Carini quit after one punch from her opponent, stating, and quote, "I've never been hit so hard in my life." This then sparked hundreds upon thousands of debates as it was revealed that Aman has Swyer syndrome, which causes females to have the XY chromosomes, the XY chromosomes that are usually only found in men, which of course led to many right-wing and anti-trans individuals bullying this biological woman for being trans. These anti-trans individuals being Logan Paul, Elon Musk, and J.K. Rowling, just to name a few. And they have since all been named in Iman's criminal cyberbullying defamation trial. All of this was, of course, very dangerous because Algeria is a very anti-LGBTQ country, so they could have been putting this young woman in danger. Now, we are halfway through the video, and we're about to read off some nerd news, but before I do, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all of the YouTube things. And here we go. Back in April, yes, I know I said July 1st. Back in April, Kung Fu Panda 4 made $480 million and the box office on a budget of $85 million. The horniest movie of the year, starring Sydney Sweeney and Ana de Armas, called Eden, was also confirmed to star Vanessa Kirby, so it'll be even more hornier now. This film will premiere at Toronto Film Festival in September. Inside Out 2 became the first film in 2024 to reach $1 billion in the box office, the fastest animated film to reach this milestone. Then, giving Disney even more money, Deadpool & Wolverine, after breaking the record for most viewed trailer in 24 hours, the movie dropped with $38.5 million for domestic previews alone, making it the biggest preview for an R-rated movie of all time and the 8th highest grossing preview ever. It opened with over $100 million opening day, continuously breaking records and even past Passion of the Christ, becoming the highest grossing R-rated film domestically. Passion of the Christ had held that title for 20 years. This is Marvel's first billion-dollar movie since No Way Home, the second highest grossing film of 2024, and the second highest film to cross $1 billion after Joker. After the movie, Disneyland California introduced Storytime with Deadpool, where Deadpool reached children and different fairy tales, Disney tales. Sometimes Wolverine is also there. We got our first look at Jack Kesey as Hellboy in Hellboy the Crooked Man. Gladiator 2 had a trailer, and I'm sure people enjoyed that trailer and weren't racist at all. We got our first look at Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl in terrific suits, and by that I mean the superhero team, The Terrific. James Gunn confirmed that Superman Not Legacy had finished filming, and also confirmed that Matt Reeves' Arkham Asylum and GCPD shows are no longer moving forward. James Gunn also revealed the new DC Studios logo and the logo for Superman. Kumail Nanjiani is rumored to be the actor for Booster Gold, which is not something that I even remotely expected, but I think that's actually pretty good if it's true. A Martin prequel series titled Young Martin is in the works, as well as the animated Everybody Hates Chris television show, which looks terrible. Horizon Zero Dawn's live-action Netflix adaptation is dead, but they released a trailer for Terminator's anime releasing on August 29th. We Live in a Time, starring Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield, will premiere on October 11th. Shrek 5 was finally confirmed for July 1st of 2026, as well as Eddie Murphy confirming that a Donkey spin-off film will be happening. Agatha All Along got a trailer, and a billion who asked for this comments. Captain America Brave New World got a trailer, and we got our first look at the Red Hulk. Scarlet Witch is rumored to be the antagonist for the Young Avengers MCU film. Marvel announced that the next Avengers film will be Avengers Doomsday, with Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom, which left fans with very mixed emotions. It will be directed by the Russo brothers and written by Stephen McFeely, and it will come out in 2026, followed by Secret Wars in 2027. It was confirmed that the movies that take place in between these two films will take place on Battleworld, and the Fantastic Four will appear in both of these. Black Panther 3 will allegedly have the young T'Challa challenging M'Baku for the throne. Not sure how that will work, considering young T'Challa's like 6. Kevin Feige got his Hollywood star. Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci are in talks for a Devil Wears Prada sequel. Multiverses introduced Samurai Jack and Beetlejuice, and then SAG-AFTRA went on a strike against the video game industry. A 5-issue TVA series comic book is in the works from Catherine Blair and artist Pete Perez, which will star a team that includes Captain Carter and Spider-Gwen. A New Gods book will be coming from DC with writer Ryan V and artist Evan Cagle. Issue number 1 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Naruto comic will release on October 13th. DC Comics introduced a new Green Lantern called the Sorrow Lantern, which led many fans to ask, why did it take so long to get a sadness ring? DC Comics also released a Discord server, and that devolved into chaos almost immediately. The Micronauts animated series has apparently been finished for years, but Hasbro has refused to release it. There are 52 fully animated episodes that they finished back in January of 2020, and the creators have stated, and quote, I'm pretty sure they Batgirled us. Speaking of getting Batgirled, Warner Brothers has decided to not release Gennady Tartakovsky's movie titled Fixed, and has since released the film back to Sony. So now it's up to Sony to find another distributor for the film, or else that film gets canned. Abbott Elementary is premiering with season 4 on October 9th. On October 8th, we're getting a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game subtitled Mutants Unleashed. Paramount Global and Skydance Media came to a merger agreement, with Paramount changing their logo to represent their loss of creativity. The Sandy Cheeks movie premiered on August 2nd, and everyone hated it. Mark Hamill was announced to be the voice of the Flying Dutchman in the next SpongeBob movie, instead of Brian Doyle Murray, who has voiced him in the show for no apparent reason. They just decided to replace the guy who has always done it. Bo DeMeo, who worked on X-Men 97, was fired after, and quote-unquote, egregious findings from Disney. The rumors that he sent very inappropriate photos of himself in heroic poses, and then sent those heroic poses to artists working on the show for inspiration as to what he wanted the characters to do. He has since been replaced with Matthew Chauncey, who worked on Marvel's What If show. He will be writing season 3 and reworking DeMeo's work that had started in season 2. Amazon's Silk television show was canceled as Amazon allegedly kept trying to remove the female lead, the female lead that the show is named after. They also confirmed that Nicolas Cage will feature Ben Reilly instead of Peter Parker in the Spider Noir show. Euphoria Season 3 will begin filming in January, with all the main cast set to return. Jorge Rivera Herons has released part 6 of his concept album for the Odyssey musical adaptation titled Epic the Thunder Saga. Chris Stuckman and Mike Flanagan will be releasing a movie called Shelby Oaks, and Steven Soderbergh will release a movie on January 24th titled Presence, and will be shot from the perspective of a supernatural entity. And if Hollywood has any sense at all, they'll make a crossover movie between this thing and the dude from In a Violent Nature. Adam Sandler will be releasing another comedy special on Netflix titled Love You on August 27th. The Borderlands movie debuted with a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it remains there. Warner Brothers Discovery revealed that their television networks are worth $9.1 billion less than what they had initially thought, which means that they lost a total of $10 billion in the second quarter of 2024. Dynamite Comics announced several new comic lines, including Ben 10, Captain Planet, the Herculoids, Dynomutt, Blue Falcon, and Thunderar the Barbarian. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 will begin filming on October 28th of this year and is projected to be finished by January 31st and is to be released in theaters on December 5th of next year. The rumored title is Music Box. An Evil Dead series is in the works, with Bruce Campbell willing to return to voice Ash Williams. Armor Wars has allegedly been quietly canceled by Disney, as Disney doesn't want to deal with black people, which is my assumption. They didn't say that, but I'm assuming so. Also, allegedly, Marvel is working on an animated movie that is set for theatrical release. Batman Caped Crusader premiered on Amazon Prime with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Henry Cavill continues to get screwed over by executives, as his Warhammer 40k project cannot happen unless Amazon and Games Workshop reach an agreement by the end of this year. Game Informer shut down on August 3rd. Mortal Kombat 1 released a new DLC pack introducing Ghostface, Conan the Barbarian, the T-1000, Sector, Cyrax, and Noob Saboot. There was a huge human trafficking sting at San Diego Comic-Con in which 10 people were rescued and 14 were arrested. Michael Bay will produce and direct a Skibbity Toilet movie, and I hope to God that movie gets canned, because I do not want to do a review on that. Apparently, it will be a live-action animated hybrid. Think like John Wick meets Space Jam. Harvey Dent was confirmed to appear in Joker 2 via the movie trailer subtitles, and Todd Phillips says that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker will never become the clown prince of crime because, and quote, Arthur is clearly not a criminal mastermind, and that is so stupid on so many levels. Fairly Odd Parents, The Last Wish debuted, and it's actually really, really good. They had to change Poof's name from Poof to Perry because apparently in England, Poof is like a slur for the gays. Zac Efron will star in a movie titled Famous, coming from A24, in which Efron will play both a Hollywood superstar and a crazy fan. And I'm not sure if anyone remembers, but this was like the original plan for The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, starring Nicolas Cage. He was supposed to be in Pedro Pascal's, character. Anyways, SpongeBob is autistic, according to Tom Kenny, the voice actor for SpongeBob. When asked by a fan if SpongeBob is on the spectrum, he replied, yes, of course he is. Brendan Fraser has been cast as Dwight D. Eisenhower in a D-Day movie titled Pressure, which will be about the days leading up to the Normandy landings. The Spawn movie will be titled King Spawn, and Sharon Stone will be playing the villain in Nobody 2. Camila Mendes, Madeline Klein, Sarah Pidgeonton, Tyreek Withers, and Jonah Har-King are in talks to be in the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot, with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt in talks to return. Not sure how that will work if it's a reboot. Camila Mendes has also been cast as Teela in the live-action adaptation of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, which will have Nicholas Galantines as He-Man. Apple TV has reportedly spent $20 billion, but it only generates less views in 1 month than Netflix does in a single day. Dan Mora and Mark Waid will be collaborating on a Justice League Unlimited comic book. GTA 6 allegedly cost $2 billion and has been in development since 2014 and will launch next fall. Robert Pattinson will allegedly star alongside Jennifer Lawrence in a movie called Die, My Love, which will follow a mother who struggles to maintain her sanity. Barbie has released 2 new dolls. One is a blind woman and the other has Down syndrome. And I think it's really interesting. The one with Down syndrome has just like a black nose and Asian eyes. But because all of the Barbies are Eurocentric, that even the black Barbies are just black because of their skin. Anyways, Lakia Studios' next film will be titled Wildwood. And it has a teaser trailer out. And it has been called the unofficial sequel to Coraline. It will star Peyton Elizabeth Lee, Carey Mulligan, Mahershala Ali, Jacob Tremblay, Awkwafina, Angela Bassett, Jake Johnson, Charlie Day, Amandla Steinberg, and Jermaine Clement. Juju Mbatha-Raw, Russell Tovey, Jerma Redgrave, and Alexander Deverin will star in a new Doctor Who series titled The War Between the Land and the Sea. We got our first look at Invincible 3 with Mark in the blue suit, and it was confirmed that we will be getting a season 4 with Robert Kirkland stating that the show could go on for 7 to 8 seasons as long as Amazon lets them. Kraven the Hunter got a trailer, and even though nobody liked it, I actually thought it was pretty fun looking. I mean, it looks stupid, but it looks fun stupid, and I'm kind of excited. I want to see it. Clone High was canceled after 2 seasons, while Hazbin Hotel has been renewed for seasons 3 and season 4. My Hero Academia has ended, and fans felt the ending was very lackluster. Miranda Cosgrove is going to star in a Netflix rom-com with Pearson Photo, titled The Wrong Paris, in which a young woman attempts to star on a dating show set in Paris, France, only to find out that it was set in Paris, Texas. The Xbox 360 store has shut down on July 29th, and Cartoon Network's website shut down on August 8th. The Until Dawn remake will launch on PlayStation 5 and PC on October 4th. The Olympics announced that they will no longer be collaborating with Nintendo and Sega to make the Mario Sonic Olympics, but instead will be supporting esports and NFTs, because apparently that will make them more money rather than combining the 2 largest gaming mascots of all time into a family-friendly video game series that anyone with eyeballs and hands can play. Joaquin Phoenix is under fire as he has left the movie he had written with Todd Phillips 5 days before filming was supposed to begin, and because he, end quote, got cold feet. The film was supposed to be about 2 gay lovers who travel from Mexico to California, or California to Mexico. Woman of the Hour, a trailer has been released on August 13th, and it will star Anna Kendrick as a woman who won a dating contest with a man who was actually a serial killer, and this film is allegedly based on a true story. Crawl 2 is in the works with Alexandria Aja to direct, and The Accountant 2 will be released on April 25th of 2025. A LEGO Star Wars movie will premiere on September 1st, and it's basically a what-if storyline wherein a character must fix the universe to how it should be, which does not include Darth Jar Jar, unfortunately. A LEGO Nightmare Before Christmas set was also announced, and it looks so adorable. And our final bit of nerd news, Disney's D23, the convention where they tell the public about all their plans and movies and whatnot, that just occurred last week. So, here is everything Disney announced at D23. Zootopia will be in theaters on November 26, 2025. Moana 2 got a trailer and will be released on November 27th. Dwayne Johnson has another movie called Monster Jam, which will be a movie about monster truck drivers. Avatar 3 will be called Avatar Fire and Ash, and that will be released in December of 2025. Dream Productions, the Inside Out spinoff that will focus on Riley's dreams, will be on Disney Plus in 2025. December 6th, Pixar will release its first television show, Win or Lose, on Disney Plus. We got our first look at Toy Story 5, which will see the toys going up against electronics. Hoppers is a Pixar film after ELO, and it will be about a girl who switches brains with beavers to learn about beavers. We're just going to skip over that plot line. The Incredibles 3 was announced. A stage adaptation of The Greatest Showman was announced. Frozen 3 was confirmed for 2027, and a 4th film was also confirmed for eventually. We got confirmation on The Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which will be the conclusion of the title series. We also got a look at Skeleton Crew, which will be another Star Wars series. White Tiger was confirmed to appear in Daredevil Born Again, as well as the Muse, who will be the main villain, as well as Miss Marvel's father, who was confirmed to like them young in real life. we got our first look at Freaky Friday 2, which I stand on is stupid. This isn't a movie that needs a sequel. This is a movie that needs a remake to keep up with the times, just like Parent Trap. Percy Jackson sounds old as shit in the new trailer because studios think that streaming means they can take their time and ignore the fact that children age way faster and differently than adults, and no one learned their lessons from Stranger Things. Anyways, we got our first look at live-action Stitch for the live-action Lilo and Stitch film. We got our first trailer for Disney's live-action adaptation with Snow White that no one is happiness. Hudson Thames, who voiced Peter Parker in the What If television show, will also voice Spider-Man in the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show, which was originally titled Spider-Man Pressure Near, but has since been reworked and will now be a what if scenario in which what if instead of Tony Stark finding out Peter is Spider-Man, it will be Norman Osborn who will be his mentor, and Norman Osborn will be played by Coleman Domingo. Marvel Zombies will be a 4-episode TVMA event. And finally, we got a trailer for the new Lion King movie, and everyone agrees it's stupid because they try to make Scar a sympathetic villain by having Mufasa be an orphan that Scar saved, so it's unfair that Mufasa gets the throne, ignoring the fact that the Lion King not only has a sequel series, but also a sequel movie that expands upon the lore of the Lion King, so this whole dumb feud is stupid and dumb, and the fact that that went on as long as it did and only half of those ideas sound good is insane. As you can see though, we are not done yet. Our final segment will be an in memoriam segment for all the people that we have lost since the last episode of Let's Talk About last week. So here we go. Martin Mull, the voice actor for Vlad Masters on Danny Phantom and Colonel Mustard in the 1985 version of Clue, has passed away in late June. Kyrie Jackson, the Vikings' 4th round pick for the 2024 draft, died in a car accident. He was only 25 years old. Joe Bryant, former basketball star and the father of the late Kobe Bryant, passed away at the age of 69. The passengers and crew of Vopass Flight 2283 crashed in Vindaho, Brazil after seemingly an ice buildup. So on the engines, an investigation is still going on, but that's many lives lost. Former YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki died of cancer at age 56. This comes after her son passed away just a few months ago in January. Wally Amos, the creator of the famous Amos cookie, has died at 88. Former great white singer Jack Russell passed away at 63 years old. Shelley Duvall passed away at the age of 75. And Rachel Lillis, who was the English voice actor for both Missy and Jessie in the original Pokemon series, passed away due to cancer at the age of 46. All of those people were wonderful people for the gifts that they created, and we hope that they are resting in a better place. But that video took a very, very long time. Hopefully it gets edited up in time. And I have to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you're kind to each other. Make sure you call your loved one. Share this video with a friend, dog, cat, or spouse. And as always, my name is Dion, but you can call me Isby, and I'm out.